She was telling me, I said, you let him kick the baby and the lady out so you can come be on the mattress in the apartment? I mean, I didn't ask him to kick them out. I said, but you seen it was a lady with 2 kids. So I let that be that. I said what I had to say. She wasn't feeling it cool. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel.
Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me? Hands in the stove, how the faucet's running and I keep looking at you.
I make my own rules. Mr. Glop and I take him to school. I was boo the fool. Being nasty, not too dramatic.
Back to the Pretty Candid podcast channel. I am your host / storyteller, Marissa H. Back in the building here at Dawa Studios. Thank y'all for letting me record today. As y'all can see by the title, I'm back with another story time, part 2 of how I got scammed. Y'all, let's just start from the top. So, boom. As y'all remember, we left off. She pulled up to my house, Cracked pulled up to my house to drop off the tickets, right? These were like pre-prints. They weren't like the real tickets. She just wanted me to see how they were going to look. So she's steady telling me about the man that's living with his grandma, but he got the 2 kids, and she just found out and how she feel about it. And like I said, I just feel like she was oversharing. But at the time, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was really a friendly bitch, right? Like I was open arms to the hoes. Like I don't know. And so I think that's what made her comfortable to talk to me about stuff like that. But did I really want to hear it? No. But did I listen? Yes. So time go on. We still planning for the event, right? And so more and more I'm starting to notice, because like it was getting to the point where like we were like down by like 4 vendors. And so it's getting to the point where I'm noticing like she's kind of handling like the whole ownership, operations, logistics of the event itself, right? However, I'm kind of right there with her. So I'm finding vendors, getting emails, getting numbers, reaching out to vendors. I'm reaching out to the person that we're supposed to talk to about the venue. I'm doing just as much work as her, right? And I found it interesting. Every time we would talk, and y'all know I love a good receipt, so here go the receipt. Every time we would talk, she would mention stuff about no fee for your models and compensation, and, you know, I definitely have to pay you. You're so much of value, things like that. Ain't nothing I don't know. I know I'm a value. You know that. So I'm going to be honest. At the time, I didn't feel the need to come up with no documents, no contracts, no nothing like that, because it was giving real genuine, kind of messy as far as like you want to tell me all your business, but like she wasn't giving like no type of malicious intent, nothing, right? So I'm like, oh, it's going to be all good, right? Mind you, she kept saying the number $1,500. I necessarily didn't have a number, but $1,500, that's fair. I'll take that. Cool, right? Fine. So that's what we agreed on. This is in text, on the phone, everything. So now it's kind of getting to the point where I notice, like, I'm starting to wonder, like, damn, you don't have no friends? Like, why you always calling me? No shade. Like, we just met. Mind y'all, I've only met this girl in person once. And it was after she asked me to do the event. Remember I said that. So one day we talking, she telling me about her homegirl. No, she's telling me about the guy again. There was a situation where like she went to his house. It was a mattress on the floor, but it was the baby mama and the kids over there. He kicked the baby mama and kids out so that way she could come over. They was at the bus stop. She was laughing about it. I'd be very confused. And sometimes when I react, people be feeling slighted. So when she was telling me, I said, you let him kick the baby and the lady out so you can come be on the mattress in the apartment? I said, I thought he was staying at his grandma's house. She was like, well, nah, girl, he moved out, da, da, da. And I mean, I didn't ask him to kick them out. I said, but you seen it was a lady with 2 kids. It was very quiet, just like it is now. So I let that be that. I said what I had to say. She wasn't feeling it cool. So I asked her as we kept talking. I said, friend, do you not have any other friends? Like, not saying I got a problem with you always calling me, but I noticed that like it seemed like you called me a lot. So she was saying how she got 2 older friends, but like they don't really be in the mix like that, whatever the hell that mean. And then she had a homegirl. We're gonna call her C. Yeah, Cracked and C. So she was like, yeah, I got a homegirl named C, but like she been acting real funny towards me. What the hell I asked her about that for? Y'all, we spent another 40 minutes on the phone of her telling me all the trials and tribulations and downfalls of their friendship, right? Funny enough, I knew the girl C through a mutual, but I didn't really know her like that. C is really important in this story at the end. Remember C. So I was like, damn, maybe it's just a miscommunication. She's like, no, she lets her cousins like gang up on me. They act like they want to jump me. I'm not dealing with that. That's really extreme. I stopped her right after she said that. Cool. Let's get back to the event. So at this point, I'm not gonna lie, we are being friendly. We kind of talking more. I didn't kind of opened up. Mind you, I ain't really telling her my tea or nothing, but I'm opening up things like that. So then we decided, like, hey, we're gonna do a fashion show. We're gonna have models, we're gonna have artists there, we're gonna have vendors. We done went over vendor fees, all of that, right? We covering like the meat and potatoes, right? And she was like, we should do a casting call for the models. And I was like, I'm fucking with that. We should do that. Cool. So we opened up a casting call. The casting call was at Spinners, and it was 2 days. So the first day I couldn't go because I had a vendor event to go to. She understood, it was fine. Now, she had a couple ambassadors for the casting call. I've never had a casting call. I didn't understand why she needed ambassadors, but it's your event. I'm just here. I'm just a part, right? Cool. So do the casting call. We posted it right like maybe the week or two before. So I had a lot of people reaching out to me like, girl, you gonna be there? I want to see you. I want to be able to model some of your clothes. I know you're gonna be there. Da, da, da. So again, I have a good popping little brand around this time in the city. So a lot of people reaching out. I'm letting her know. She's like, oh, we're gonna have a great turnout. Cool. I was not there day one. So that night of day one, I'm at home scrolling, and this girl writes me and she was like, hey, were you at the casting call and I just didn't see you? And I was like, nah, babe, I wasn't there, I was like, I hope it went well. She was like, she sent me a text and said, bitch. And I was like, what happened, right? She's like, can I call you? I said, sure. So she calls me and she basically telling me how everything was very unprofessional. How she walked in there, they were not greeted. It was nobody there to tell them where to go. She kind of had to ask the staff of Spinners to ask them where to go. That they get there and one of the ambassadors that was there was like the word she used was uppity. I said, what do you mean? She's like, she was just walking around like kind of judging everybody, saying what they did or didn't have, like, oh, your makeup is not full glam, like kind of just nitpicking with everybody. And so I was like, well, maybe, I said, I will say this is, I'm trying to make excuses. I ain't gonna even lie. I don't even remember what I said, but I was trying to make excuses like, well, it's our first time. I'm really sorry about that. Trying to just apologize, right? So the people that made the cut of the first round of the casting call day one were supposed to come back for day two, right? So, and I didn't understand that because my thing was, damn, so then the people that come day two, what? They just in there with the final Again, not my event. So I ended up going to day two. I let Crack know. I said, hey, I done had like 2 complaints about day one. I don't know all what happened, but I'm relaying to you what they told me, so maybe we can make sure and ensure that that's not the case when we get there for tomorrow. She was like, no, yeah, totally understand. So we get there, cool. The same ambassador that I was warned about, she was there. She seems highly irritated. I don't know what the hell for, because you ain't planning helping shit. So I don't know what she was irritated for, but she irritated. I hurry up, went to the bar and got me a drink. I said, I need a drink for this because I'm already knowing. We go to the back. I see certain girls pulling up. They're like, can I come in with you? So I'm bringing them back there with me. So Crack was like, when she finally comes back there, I'm talking to some of the girls like, hey, y'all, it's going to be a good casting call. We're going to get the music on in a little bit, Mind you, I ordered shots for all of them just because I know how that could be when you come into a new environment. Some of them, that might have been their first time. Crack comes out on the patio and she was like, is there a reason they're all right here? Yeah, they're finna do the casting call. Why? She's like, oh, I'm having them wait somewhere else. I said, oh, well, nobody was there to greet them, so I decided to bring them back here. You didn't tell me what you were trying to do. She looking at me. I'm looking at her, dead stare. Okay, yeah, let's move on. We're not even finna do that. So I'm already kind of like looking at her like, girl, don't start this shit. The ambassador there, she got an attitude still. She talking about how it's hot, and it was kind of warm, but like, girl, you ain't even doing the damn casting. Like, chill out. You was just on the flyers. Relax. So we do the casting call. I put in the numbers of the ones I liked. One of the other vendors, because she was a boutique as well, she was putting in the numbers for the people she liked. So then, we sitting up there comparing. I'm noticing that I had only said I needed one more model. I already had 5 models scheduled. So it was really the other boutique. I'm noticing she keep trying to add people to my roster versus the other vendor. And I'm like, girl, I don't need all them people. She's like, well, you picked these many people. I said, I picked them for her, like for the whole, as a collective, not so much just for me. Y'all, she gave me the nastiest stare. So before I could even catch myself, I said, are you okay? And she was like, yeah, I'm fine. I said, okay, because you're looking at me like you're confused on as to what I'm saying. Are we on the same page or no? She's like, we're on the same page, Marissa. Ooh, not you said my name. Okay, authority. You upset. Okay, cool. So, and I know y'all probably like, damn, you flipping switch. I had already put it in my mind after this event, I'm never talking to you again because I don't know who the fuck you think I am. I'm never talking to you again. I don't like shit like that, right? Because I'm really cool. So do the casting call. The other vendor, she like, girl, I'm on what you on. I don't want all them people. I don't know why she keep trying to. Mind you, these are the vendors that are here because I found them for you because you did not know where to get them. Cracked. Right. Y'all, we get through the casting call, right? The next day she calling me, I ain't answer. I ain't answer for like 3 days. The third day, she sent me this long message on Messenger, basically telling me how her and the dude that she been messing around with, which was also the person that was supposed to make her merch for her business, how they fell out and that he didn't finish her order and she's stressed out. Because at this time, we like maybe a month and a half, almost 2 months away from the event. So now she's stressed out like, I don't have time to print all these orders and I have to go to work and I have to do these things. And it was at that moment I'm like, bro, I want you to not talk to me. Like, I don't care. Right? Because I was supposed to only be doing this, right? But I overextended myself and I was like, oh, I'm going to help with this and that and this and that. Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not, right? So I called her and I let her know, I said, hey, a couple things. Let's kind of like set in some boundaries real quick. So I had to let her know. Number one, I don't like the fact that you talking shit about your best friend to me. You talking about C to me, I'm not feeling that. And I probably should have told you that when you did it, but I was very shocked and just so taken aback that I didn't know what to say, but I don't like that shit. Number two, quit calling me about this man that you say that we're doing networking and business stuff with, but you keep hunching on him and getting in your feelings and getting your feelings hurt because he playing in your face. I don't want to hear about that either. Lastly, let's focus on this damn event and all of the logistics and the real key little things that we need to pay attention to. Let's focus on that. Can we do that? If not, let me know. I don't want to be a part. Remember I said that. I said I did not want to be a part. She basically on the phone saying like, I hate that you feel like that. That's not the case. I'm so sorry if I've got too chummy with you and too like personable. Like you're very like, what did she say? You're easy to talk to. Like I feel very at ease when I'm talking to you. I don't feel like you're judging me. Bitch, I'm judging you. Okay, I am. And I let you know with the eye that I'm judging you, so you know that. But anyway, basically just trying to make sure that I'm still staying on the team. She don't want me to go nowhere. She's like, me and you started this. I would hate for us not to finish this out. All of these things, right? Okay. So I'm on the phone and I'm thinking like, okay. So then I brought up the compensation. I said, so I just want to make sure too, we're still like, how do you want to do that? You want to give me the money in check, Cash App, Venmo, how you want to do it? She's like, we can do it however you want to do it. She's like, once everything completed and I get all of my grant money finished. Yo, grant money? What you talking about? Mind y'all, this whole time, I've been trying to figure out how the hell is she paying for all of this stuff, right? She tells me that she done got 4 different grants. One from Austin, one from Houston. And so I was like, how are you getting the grant money though? So she basically saying like she's applying for it using, I guess like her business name, saying that she's throwing an event. She has a event business, like I guess like a, party business, stuff like that. Event planning is what I'm trying to say. And that, yeah, she signed up for it. She got the grant and she been using it. She's like, yeah, I got like $40,000. $40,000? Oh yeah, I'm gonna get my $1,500. I ain't tripping. You know what? Call me again and tell me about your friend. I don't care. Do your thing, right? I ain't say that, but that's what I was thinking. Cool. So now we getting to the point where we posting the pre-sale link, right? So we had a big chat where it was like all the vendors, all the artists, all of the models, everybody in the chat, which was fucking ridiculous. And I said we shouldn't have did that, but hey, people don't listen. It's like 32 people in the chat. So obviously some things are going to get misconstrued, thrown out, not looked at, things like that. Okay. So in the chat, she was very adamant about, I want everybody to be active on posting and marketing for the event, right? Me, myself, personally, I market the shit out myself, as y'all can see. So I don't ever have no problem with that. There were a lot of other vendors and some of like sponsors and stuff like that that were not necessarily doing exactly how she was saying. She'll come complain to me about it. I'm trying to reassure her it's all gonna work out, right? Because that's what I thought at the time. It's gonna all work out. My models gonna be able to show off my fall collection for my brand because I'm about to close the brand. Nobody know. I'm gonna have my last hoorah. They gonna get paid. They gonna get what they need. They gonna get content. I'm gonna get paid. I'm gonna have a good collaboration. This gonna be one for the books, right? Hell no, that's not what happened. And I'm gonna leave y'all right here and we're gonna come back next week and talk about it because we're getting to the finale. And in the finale, everything is fucked up. Okay? I want y'all to know that. This has been a great story time again with your storyteller here, Marissa H. Thank y'all for tuning in again. Come back for part 3. Hit that bell, leave a like. Tell me in the comments, was I wrong? I don't care, but tell me anyway. See y'all next time. And cut!
Focus on me.